The U.S. military is now being attacked on a daily basis as it tries to keep supply chains moving freely on behalf of Israel. Donald Trump just got incredible news from the Supreme Court, and Democrats are losing their mind. Plus, DA Fani Willis of Georgia says she is now laser focused on jailing Donald Trump for the rest of his life. Thank you so much for liking and sharing these videos. It really helps me out, so thank you so much. The U.S. Pentagon is reportedly on high alert today as the United States continues to defend Israel's commercial vessels from attack drones in the Red Sea. The problem becomes apparent when you realize that America is spending $1 million per missile to destroy drones used by the Houthis that cost around $2,000. So far, at least 38 drones have been shot down, which means we traded $38 million for $76,000. Former U.S. defense official Mick Mulroy commented on the situation, stating, "Even if we do shoot down their incoming missiles and drones, it's in their favor. We, the U.S., need to start looking at systems that can defeat these that are more in line with the costs that they are expending to attack us." Now, that likely won't happen because Washington, D.C. and the military-industrial complex are now addicted to all of that free taxpayer money, so they're not going to really do anything about it, but they should, is the point. Now, drones are quickly becoming one of the most popular weapons in modern-day warfare. Even Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has just doubled down on their value, claiming he wishes to build 1 million suicide drones next year. These drones, which can cost as little as $400, have been known to destroy multi-million-dollar tanks, air systems, jets. Zelensky is quite literally printing money by making these attack drones a priority for his army. Back in the United States, U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken has bashed the world for failing to condemn Hamas by only pressuring the victims, Israel, to surrender in the war. He stated, "I hear virtually no one demanding of Hamas that it stop hiding behind civilians, that it lay down its arms, that it surrender. This is over tomorrow if Hamas does that." So he brings up a really good point. Everyone keeps saying that Israel is to blame for this war after being attacked by Hamas, but Hamas continues to attack Israel and use their own citizens as human shields. Rock musician Kid Rock, who initially popularized the boycott against Bud Light, has just stated that the boycott is over. Rock stated, "I'm pretty sure they got the message. Do I agree with what they did? F no. And we held their heads underwater for quite some time and we hurt them. But you know, I'm not someone to keep punching somebody when they're down, when there's a whole lot more companies deserving of this treatment." So the boycott against transgenders promoting American beer is over, and he wants to focus on other companies going forward. Let me know your thoughts on that. Is that the right move? Should companies be more careful? Let me know your thoughts down below. Now, yesterday, Senator John Fetterman of Pennsylvania pressured the Biden administration to block the sale of U.S. steel from being purchased for $15 billion by a foreign Japanese company. In Fetterman's letter to Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, he stated, "The approval would be a mistake because it would make a foreign-owned company a central part of American steel industry, as well as a major employer in the United States of America." Now, National Economic Advisor Lael Brainyard spoke with President Biden and already responded to the concern. Despite claiming that Biden welcomed foreign investment, Biden ultimately decided the acquisition must undergo serious scrutiny before it can be processed. The statement from Brainyard read, "Biden believes the purchase of this iconic American-owned company by a foreign entity, even one from a close ally, appears to deserve serious scrutiny in terms of its potential impact on national security and supply chain reliability." Now, do you guys remember when China bought Smithfield pork? Nobody seemed to throw a fit then, and now China owns most of the pork industry for the entire United States of America, and now Japan wants to step in and be the owner of U.S. Steel. Now, speaking of national security, illegal immigrants are now being given asylum hearings 10 years from now. That means that they can come to the border and be taken care of on hard-earned American taxpayer dollars for 10 years and then given a taxpayer-funded attorney in order to stay in the country. It's becoming increasingly clear that Biden wants illegal immigration, possibly to keep Democrats in power because they know illegal immigrants will vote for Democrats if given the opportunity. Illegal immigration will likely only increase from here on out as the backlog of court trials will only incentivize migrants to make their way to the southern border. Now, in my opinion, Biden knows this immigration party can't last forever. This is why he's trying to get as many people into the United States as possible. With House Speaker Mike Johnson holding foreign funding hostage until border security is implemented, I expect immigration to scale back significantly over the next 6 months, but we will see. Now, if Trump gets into office, this thing is going to stop very, very quickly. If RFK Jr. gets in, it's also going to stop. If Biden stays in office, you can bet it's going to continue and possibly get worse. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis just made headlines after she openly admitted she will seek prison time for former President Donald Trump based on his alleged election interference crimes. During a recent CNN interview, she stated, "You can look at the charges, and based on those charges, we'll be recommending appropriate sentences. No one gets a special break because of their status." While Willis clearly wants to see Trump behind bars, she admitted this won't happen anytime soon because the judicial process takes such a long time. And special counsel Jack Smith, he's also learning this harsh reality because the Supreme Court just denied his request to expedite consideration of Trump's presidential immunity defense. So this is a huge win for Donald Trump. They were likely going to side with him anyway, but the media and Democrats had you believing that they were going to side with Jack Smith and that Trump would immediately be thrown in jail. Trump's team was happy with the Supreme Court's decision, as they argued this decision is too important to be rushed. Because a president has never been prosecuted for alleged crimes while in office, it looks like this case could take longer than Jack Smith wants. Now, remember, Richard Nixon got into office, but when he left, they pardoned him and everybody moved on and he just left politics. But that's not what's going to happen with Donald Trump. They have such horrible Trump derangement syndrome that if he's not jailed for the rest of his adult life, how could they live with themselves? All right, now the Supreme Court was able to punt this matter for now, but I don't think they'll be able to punt the case of all of these states seeking to remove Donald Trump from their presidential state ballots. They are likely going to have to make a ruling on this, even if they don't want to. Up north, Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is now inviting extended families of people from Palestine to come and live in Canada. I understand his motivations. Everybody wants to be kind, but they're not going to be looking for any kind of terrorist connections, which could be dangerous for the United States, for Canada, and the rest of the world. I know they want to be kind, right? Everybody wants to be kind. But even the president of Egypt, who's been highly critical of Israel, is not taking anyone in from Palestine because they don't want the connection to terrorism coming into their country. Now, before you go, I want to remind you that you are amazing. Thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure to give this video a like. It helps get it out to the algorithm, and I would really appreciate that. Check out this super important video before you sign off, and I will see you on the next video.